You know, we are into so many different things. You know, you made a point of saying, you know, Jim said, oh, I turned 50 this year, and I said, yeah, I can't wait for the next 50 because it's fun. I mean, we worked the last 50, and now we're going to work and have fun the next 50.
Well, I'd like to go into some of the stuff that you're doing because it really is not just about giving back, but also about having fun. I mean,
one area that we you know, Jim teaches a number of sessions of creative writing. One area we are really focusing on, when you're around young people, especially teenagers, and when they are not your own kids, it's really fun.
Our kids are fun too, but there's
different way.
There's a real energy that comes from being involved with different, you know, educational activities, but we get the same. I mean, this summer we're putting together a series of creative writing camps for kids up in Litchfield.
Yeah, it will be through Litchfield Education Connection, and there will be day camps for that. For the kids they don't have the fear that a lot of us do. As far as, you know, we start writing. You know, one of my favorite books is Artist's Way, and she talks. I mean, but doesn't matter. That book never gets old because we all have that problem.
Right.
We have this
the inner critic.
The inner critic that shuts us down.
Right.
I mean, so kids don't have that.
Right.
And when you're around them, and when you're doing, you know, if you say writing workshops or teaching them or working with them, or it rubs off. It does. I mean, Jim says, yeah, we like to call ourselves vampires. We are, you know, eating up the juices or whatever. But it's fun. I mean, that's one area we are really focusing on that. And then the another area was that this 21st century education. I mean, for many years we felt that, Jim being an educator and working in the industry myself before, that there's something about our education system that we don't promote enough creativity, you know.
Right.
And that's true in school districts, that's true across universities.
Particularly in high schools, though, you know, there's a lot of creative writing that goes on in the grade schools and in the middle schools, and then the focus in the high schools has been traditionally to learn to write
the
research, expository, to do expository writing for college, for academics, and so and there's more and more now. People are starting to say, you know, we need to get more of that creativity, problem solving, collaborative writing going, because these are the kinds of skills that the kids need as they get into not just college but into their work life. So these are things that we're doing now.
We been working on, actually already gave a number of workshops in New York State on, we call it Step Right Up, right with the W, and really teaching teachers how to take that creative writing into the classroom, implement it into their everyday curriculum. And so we always have our hands in 20 different things, and that's fun.
I think that variety is important as far as, you know, keeping keeping ourselves fresh and finding new ideas and just keeping life fun.
Yeah, the same as doing our yoga. That's as much as fun as everything else too.
Sure. We do a little of everything.
That's great. That's great. So, is there something that you haven't done yet that you'd like to do still?
I think
I hear movies are the next big thing.
And you'd like to be part of it.
Actually, our son's girlfriend is a graduate student at Columbia Film School,
yeah.
And so we've been talking to her, and she wants to write. She wants to write movies. She wants to write television, and just a very creative person. And so that as we get to know her more and more, you know, we talk. She and Nikoo are constantly corresponding, sending each other either scripts or Nikoo will send her a chapter of something that we're working on.
And she sends me her treatment, so that's been a nice collaboration.
Yeah.
But as far as life though, I think I mentioned the first 5 years Jim and I were together, we were gypsies. We couldn't even live in the same place. We moved 5 times in the first 5 years, and it was fun. And we enjoyed that. And then you go through the responsible period of your life. So now we are reaching a point again that, as Jim says, we can't wait to be gypsies again. there is something nice about traveling. There is, you know, and
I think we come by it honestly too. My mother is 83 years old and still will go to. A couple of years ago, she went to China. The year after that, she took my 84-year-old aunt to. I hope I'm getting that right. Maybe yes. 82 and 83. I have to be very careful.
He'd be dead.
Yes, but the two of them went to Sweden and Norway on a riverboat, on a houseboat tour. So they stay, you know, they're very active with their traveling, and so I think we do kind of come by that.
But there are other things too that is fun to actually think about now. You know, Jim always wanted to paint. He never had time. You know, he was talking about going back to painting. Years and years, we took our children to music lessons. We spent a fortune, and both of them are musicians. I can't wait to take piano lessons myself now. You know, and
great.
You know, these are things that, you know, when I was talking about, oh, the next 50 will be so much fun, that now we could plan.
Well, we can continue to explore the things about ourselves that we'd like to develop and discover.
One of the things that's really nice is that you can combine them with the writing. You can still write, and you may not have to keep up the pace that you're doing now if you decide you want to do something different. But it's also something that you can do. You're not as physically limited as you might be with some of the things that you can do. So you can take it with you on the road too, which is really fun.
That's right. That's fun.
When you do the books, I mean, how much of it is research and how much of it is writing?
I could do research all day
Jim is a
long.
PhD. You're asking the wrong question of him. It's like I have to. I mean, that's in the engineering in me. It's got little day planner in my mind, and it says, okay, we have. You know, this is our deadline. This is our project. This is what we have to do. We should, you know, structure. A lot of structure comes in. Versus Jim, Dr. McGoldrick, that. He will do a dissertation on every minor and major topic.
She reins me in.
Well, actually, that's one thing I wanted to, we only have about 3 minutes left, but I did want to talk about, you did write a book that's about collaborative writing, about a husband and wife team writing, and I think that's fascinating. I've ordered it, it hasn't come yet, but I'm dying to read it. I really am.
Good, thanks.
Because it's, because I've recently tried writing with someone else, and it's a very different thing. And how do you let go of your ego enough to be able to write with someone and not have it I mean, I think that not everybody could do it, but but I also think, what would be your major advice to somebody if they wanted to try that?
You have to really have to me, the major thing was you should be able to laugh at yourself first and have a sense of humor. Because if you're very serious about it and you're very attached to your work, then it becomes personal. You know, when people say, oh, my work is my child, that's a wrong statement. That is really a wrong statement. I mean, it's you have to, in order to collaborate, you have to look at that work as a product.
I think like any good relationship, you have to find someone who complements your strengths and weaknesses. I mean, so you have that balance. And I think with writing or with a good relationship, you need that.
Right. Well, actually, you work on the same thing. It's not like you write different parts of it. You actually rewrite each other's work, which is even.
Yes, we do. And do you see my fingers are stubs? That's why. Oh, I shouldn't have shown that.